Surprise, motherfucker.
Put it in your ear.
Hello friends, this is Otzdarva, and I know it's a little strange that I start talking in the middle of the video, but every time I rewatch this footage, I just felt that something was wrong. I just had to convey somehow the emotions that I felt throughout this invasion, and text wouldn't do it, so I felt like I had to commentate over this. So I'm invading an Airfield dungeon. As you can see, I just caught a glimpse of the host running through. With this gate being open, I can just drop from here, but before I do that, I cast the L2 special weapon art to buff my weapon. And seeing that there's a phantom with him, and knowing that I might have to deal as much damage per second as possible, I cast Power Within. Of course, this is a rookie mistake, because Power Within does nothing, but I didn't know better at the time. So right now, I come across possibly every invader's wet dream, the host being right next to a ledge. But I knew this was too good to be true. I knew that if I did the weapon art, it just wouldn't be fast enough. So trying to predict that, what I did was unlock the target and aim a little bit to the right. But then I missed, so I tried to do it again to the original position and I missed again. I just fucked up. But as you will see later, this wouldn't really matter. Let's keep watching. He doesn't even realize. So it seems like these two are just minding their business. And well, I think this is the right time to strike. He's okay, I missed the backstab, but that's not completely unusual. And that was a little fishy, but no problem still. It seems like the Phantom was finally taking notice of me, so seeing that the host is not really paying much attention to me, I decided that I would just take on him. At this point, I was afraid that my weapon soul buff would run out mid-fight, so I tried to cast it again, but me being a complete fucking idiot, I didn't realize that I didn't have enough focus points. This mistake kinda paid off, because this moron just set himself up for this really messy repose. And the host just came back in time to watch his friend get murdered. And right about this point is when I started to realize that there was something very wrong with this guy. As you can see, my attacks don't even seem to phase him. He's not even bothering to lock onto me or attack me or anything. He's just keenly aware that I can't hurt him, and he's just strolling on, doing his thing, killing the PvE mobs. And this just made me feel pretty fucking stupid, to be honest. But seeing that the mobs were actually very close to killing him, I thought that maybe if I prevented him from healing, he could actually, you know, get murdered, but nope. Even though I hit him dead on with that Lloyd's talisman, it just didn't have any effect. As you can see, there's like no particle. So at this point I was just trying to get creative and see if maybe I could bled him out, but nope, nothing I did had any effect. I must say though, this fisting thing is kind of satisfying to watch, but it does get old after a while. And of course, after a little bit of this, look who's here. It's his comeback friend. I tried to be diplomatic, but as you can see, he just came back with murderous intent. This time they both charged at me, even though it seems like the host can't really attack me. He's just swinging about with his curved sword. And this guy, he just kind of set himself for a backstab there, so I took my chances and he was gone. And well, at this point, you can probably guess what's gonna happen next. Here he is again. Wonderful. So this guy charges right at me, and here I just made a fool of myself, doing the weapon art without focus points again. Here I drank, hoping to maybe throw him off with a special, get him off the cliff, but I wouldn't have that luck today. And now comes the part that really makes this invasion a piece worthy of being displayed at a museum. So after figuring out that his pitiful ultra greatsword spam and his offhand rapier aren't really doing the job, this guy just takes his meta level one step further and switches to the God Heart twin swords, and then he gets immediately parried. However, the gods must be smiling upon this son of a bitch, because he managed to survive the Hornet Ring repose, and now he goes for a heal that is pretty much impossible to punish. And not content with his twin swords performance, now he switches to the Carthus Corpse sword, and now I finally understand. That's what the host was doing. He wasn't trying to attack me back then, he was just trying to tell this guy how to get me. And funny enough, he actually gets me with the typical curved sword range, but if you're thinking that this is the end, that this is all there is to this, no. There is still one more thing, the final icing on the cake. And if you've played PvP in this game for more than 5 minutes, you know exactly what I'm talking about.